The East Berbice Quarantine Regional Democratic Council recently held a sensitization session on the Guyana-Venezuela border controversy. Details in this report. The Region 6 Regional Democratic Council RDC has joined the government's national call for sensitization and public awareness on the current Venezuela issue. The RDC hosted a public forum last Monday at its Vrijmenserving New Amsterdam location, where the Region 6 Chairman Mr. David Armagon enlightened the public on the matter.
The 1899 award was referred to as the full, perfect, and final settlement on all matters relating to the border dispute between Venezuela and then Guyana. For more than 6 decades, almost 60 years after, everybody agreed to this boundary, and there was no dispute. They had to come to another agreement again. This time it's called the Geneva Agreement, which was signed in February of 1966. The argument persisted over the years. They have never let it down. They always keep raising its head. In fact, when it was clearly demarcated, they did not put Venezuela Essequibo on their map. When it was clearly defined in 1899, they defined their map and so on, and their map had nothing to do with Essequibo. After this, they raised this dispute again in 1961. They started to put Essequibo back on their map.
Furthermore, Mr. Armagon shared more recent documentations.
By letter dated 12th of April 2019, Venezuela decided that it was not going to participate in the written procedure because they were asked to provide written documentation. Nevertheless, it later submitted a detailed document, and they went back on their word and they submitted a written document called the Memorandum of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela and the application filed before the International Court of Justice on March 29, 2018, together with a 155-page annex containing various arguments regarding the controversy and why Essequibo should be returned to them. By judgment dated 18th of December 2020, the court held that it has jurisdiction in respect of Guyana's application. By an order dated 18th of March 2021, the court fixed the deadline for the filing of Guyana's memorial on the merits of the 8th of March 2022 and the deadline for Venezuela counter arguments on the merits on the 8th of March 2023. On June the 7th, 2022, Venezuela filed preliminary objections to the admissibility of Guyana's claims, urging the court to exercise discretion to refuse to rule on them.
Additionally, he stated,
Venezuela is now moving to find out from its people by way of a referendum whether the people think they should invade Guyana. But the court is yet to give its judgment. We are hoping that the court will give its judgment before the 3rd of December 2023. Last night, Governor Gail Bashir on television, and she said Guyana is hoping that that decision will be given before the 3rd. But Venezuela has indicated quite clearly through its vice president that regardless of what the court rules, they will go ahead with their referendum.
In response, Mr. Armagon is calling on Berbicians to stand together.
We cannot be perturbed. Our message must be very clear. In the same way that they are having a referendum, we will also have to show strength of unity in our country. To make sure that we send a message to the Venezuelan authorities and the Venezuelan people that not because they have unity in Venezuela against us, we are segregated here in Guyana and separated. And so on December the 3rd, we have organized what is called a Hand of Unity exercise, whereby we will, from Cropper Creek right on to the east bank of Berbice, we're going to have people coming out to the road and we will all hold hands at 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. on the morning of December the 3rd to show unity of the Guyanese people that we are not prepared to accept this nonsense coming from Venezuela.
The government of Guyana has a list of national events that are planned in response to Venezuela's aggression. Narima Ali, Channel 8 News.